Evening, Simon.
Right, now this is one of the most crucial squads Shakes Mashaba has had to conjure up. Is he on the right track? Are there all the right sounds being made?
Well, he is coming to this qualification on the back of a failed campaign to get to Gabon next year. And as the story says, he's only left with this mandate to qualify for the World Cup.
It's depressing, really, isn't it? But this one's, you can argue, is tougher than qualifying for AFCON, because the World Cup really is down to just 5 spots for Africa. What chance do we have?
Look, it's interesting. Just the day to choose to even announce the team, because this is on the eve of a National Executive Committee of SAFA tomorrow, where they will be taking a recommendation or a report from the technical committee that had met 2 weeks back and decide the way forward. But this being 14 days before this crucial game against Burkina Faso, I doubt that something will happen that will maybe result in him not being on that flight to Ouagadougou. But I think what is important here, and something that we've picked up from the past few weeks, is that remember, there's 2 qualifiers. There's this qualifier on the 8th, and then again next in November, there's another one, a crucial one, against Senegal. So anything less than 4 points, it could possibly mean that he's fired himself, because you will realize that in this failed campaign of AFCON 2017 and also the other qualification that we failed, that was 2014 for Brazil, we had failed to gather enough points from the first 2 matches. So now if he doesn't get that, things could be difficult. That's the indication. In fact, that's what I picked up today, that look, in fact, some of us, we don't even have to attend that meeting tomorrow, because nothing is likely to come out of that, because they don't want to be seen as being party to destabilizing the team ahead of this qualifier. So I think for Shakes, he has to make sure that going to Burkina Faso, a team, Simon, that had a 100% winning record in this recent AFCON qualifiers at home. So they already have their work cut out for them there.
Right, so it's going to be a tough ask to travel, but perhaps like in past Bafana teams, this takes the glare off, because they seem to crack under pressure at home as well as away, but sometimes they do the job away from home. Look,
in recent years, Bafana has been better on the road. And in this qualification that we are from now, we beat Gambia away. Yes, we lost to a lowly placed Mauritania, but also we had an impressive 2-2 draw against Cameroon. And even before that, we had beaten teams like Sudan away. We also beat Congo away. We drew with Nigeria. So we've been better on the road. In fact, even in the press conference today, the line of questioning was around on how can we improve the home record, because the home record has not been impressive. In fact, in all the matches that we played in this recent qualification, we failed to beat Mauritania, we failed to beat a lowly placed Gambian team, and also were held to a goalless draw by Cameroon as well. So the home record becomes very crucial. And also we're playing a very strong Senegalese team in November. The likes of Sadio Mane are there as well. He's had an impressive start at Liverpool. So it's going to be very difficult, because if you look at the teams that were playing, Senegal and Burkina Faso, they've qualified for the AFCON. You then have the burden of also having to face a Cape Verde team that has been on the rise in recent years.
He seems like a very angry coach at the moment. Is that a good thing, to have him, displaying some sort of emotion at all, and not trying to, put on a brave face and say, well, everything's fine?
Not judging by the mood in the press conference today, I think he had toned down a bit from the previous behavior he had, especially when faced with the members of the Fourth Estate. So I think whatever is going to happen tomorrow has toned it down, or whatever has happened. Because, look, for some of us as the media, we had already accepted that he's going to be part of this qualifying campaign. for the World Cup. But it was only after the president of SAFAD in Jordan came out after the draw against Mauritania to say he's not impressed with what he's seen. And then suddenly we had to pick up on this story, because we're journalists. We just follow where you seem to have the next angle for us.
Is he going to get the support that he needs? Or is there going to be that factor involved where he can say, listen, I didn't deliver, but, you know, it's not all of my fault?
It's interesting that in today's press conference there was a question about is he getting enough support from the FA? And that's a question where he also gave a lot of hints that maybe it might not all be rosy between him and the powers that be at the FA. Even though those are things that will never be confirmed, and you'll never get a proper soundbite out of that. But he did say that when he's asking for this, he's getting it. It's also not a secret that him and the South African Football Association, TD, Neil Tovey, don't seem to be on the same side.
Right.
So those questions will always be there. But when you're talking about support, look, after this game, they arrive back from Ouagadougou on the 11th, in fact on the 10th, and the following day they are playing Ghana, a team that would have also played the previous weekend against Uganda in also their Group E World Cup qualifier. So that game against the Black Stars for me becomes a proper a preparation game for the game against Senegal.
Well, we hope for the best. Now, just quickly, Sundowns in action tomorrow, second leg semi-final. This is going to be their fifth match in 2 weeks. They travel weary. They haven't been given any favours by anyone. Is this their match to take?
You know, in fact, after being in Dola with them last week, we're there together with Sfiso as well. This is going to be approximately their 6th game in 14 days, Sundowns. But look, this is a team that is already in the final of the MTN 8. This is a team that has not had any preseason. This is the team that has been playing throughout in the past few months. And I think for me, crucial to this game is that goal that was scored 3 minutes from full time by Billiard, that away goal. But away goal means nothing if you have not scored at home. So I think already they already have their work cut out for them as well, because Zesco is welcoming back one of their top players who has been suspended for the past few matches, Cletus Chama. So he's back for tomorrow's game as well. But I think Sundowns should have enough firepower to fire them into the final of the African Champions League.
Well, I think positive thinking, that's the word.
Velile,
thank you very much for joining us. Always a pleasure for enlightening us.
Thank you.